Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back if you're a regular. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings regarding the atrocities that happened on the 13th of November 2022. Was 2022, my mind went completely blank. Where four Moscow, Idaho students lost their lives. So today I am going to be exploring the energy of Maisie Hunter, Ethan Hunter's sister, and one of triplets, which would be Ethan, Hunter and Maisie. So, disclaimer, this is a psychic reading. I use oracle and tarot cards to delve into the energy of people that I'm exploring in missing people and murder cases, to see if we can come to a conclusion about what actually happened. I'm very thorough. I will explore the energies of anyone and everyone connected to the case, whether that be relatives, friends, suspects, anyone at all. I treat this as if it was a real in-depth investigation. So today, as I said, we're looking at Ethan's sister, Maisie. And as I said, it is a psychic reading, so at no point am I claiming any of this to be factual. It's open to interpretation. You may interpret these cards in a different way, and I encourage you to do so. So please take it as for entertainment purposes only. Let's get going with the Clarifying Life Situations deck, as always. Sorry, guys. Been playing around with my camera. It was this slightly in the wrong position. And again, I don't know anything about her. Haven't done any googling on her. I do know that she was with him on the night of the atrocities, or before the evening of the atrocities. They had some sort of I don't know what it was, but he escorted her to something related to the university. I'm not sure, but I just know they were together earlier on in the evening. So Clarifying Life Situations, which tells us more about Maisie's thoughts and feelings than any kind of suspicious knowledge or involvement, or I'm not saying she's involved at all, but it's more of a let's get to know you sort of card, or how are you feeling kind of card deck. So the first card is Desert of Isolation. Traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival. I mean, that just tells me how lonely she feels without him. I'm assuming and presuming they were quite close as brother and sister. The next card is Gate of Opportunities. Pass through the gate of opportunities, wherein new paths unfurl with boundless potential. I mean, she could be at a place in life, or she may have been at a place in life when it happened. I'm not sure if this is showing me then or now, where she is about to enter a whole new world of opportunity. Maybe this is, and again, I'm not sure on the age, of course it'd be the same age, They're the same age because they're triplets. So, you know, this may be a time where she's, I don't know, is she about to start her career? Is she going travelling? It could be so many things, but it's almost like the start of independent life, almost actual proper independent life. Maybe she's starting a family. I mean, it could be any of those things. So let's keep going. Let's have a look at the oracle cards. So this is the True Crime Oracle cards deck. These were selected by Spirit, so I'm not sure I've ever liked these cards because they feel more like advice than actual, but I'll see if I can get around that. Just have to read between the lines a little bit. So the first card is the Seeker's Eye. Stay vigilant and observant today. Pay attention to details that may reveal hidden truths. Take note of inconsistencies or unusual patterns in your surroundings. And the next card is the Pursuit of Truth. Commit to uncovering the truth, even if it is difficult. Be persistent and dedicated in your quest for accuracy. Avoid shortcuts and ensure that your findings are thorough and reliable. So I do feel like she is seeking the truth. I don't think there seems to be two types of people that are in this case that are related or connected to the four that lost their lives. There's those who 100% believe and trust that justice is being served and that they've got the right person and there's no question. And then there's other people who are much more open-minded, who are not actually convinced. And she feels more like someone who's not convinced that Brian's the right person. She probably knows much more about any kind of conflict that was going on between Ethan and his arch rival, about any threats that have been made towards Ethan. She probably knows much more about the internal goings on than most other people, apart from Hunter, of course. So this stay vigilant and observant. So I think I do get a protective vibe from Ethan towards Masie. Maybe he wouldn't have been as open or as forthright about how he felt about what was going on before he passed. You know, maybe if he'd been feeling threatened, if he'd been feeling unsafe, maybe he wouldn't have told his sister that. I think he would have told Hunter, but I don't think he would have told Masie because he was too protective of her. But I feel like she knew something was going on anyway, and that's why there's this energy of being vigilant and observant. And she's keeping her eye on certain people. She's keeping her eyes open. Let's put it that way. The next deck is What's the Vibe? So this next card, It's a bit close to the mark. Masculine energy, authority, discipline, father figure. I have no idea why they had to put that kind of picture on this card. What on earth is that about? Honestly, is that necessary? Is it really? I know what a man is. I don't need for you to over exaggerate the point. Anyway, it's like you don't have masculine energy unless you look like this. Sorry. Anyway, this card does make me feel this isn't about Ethan's father, Maisie's father. This isn't about him. But it is about someone. Immediately I started feeling like it was something to do with the person that ended up, that had something to do with abducting Ethan. But what does Maisie know about him? It's almost like she knew that this was a person that Ethan was afraid of, but it's not the same person that... It's not actually Ethan's arch rival, but it's someone else that he felt intimidated by. There's also distance, divorce, ghosted, and separation. I'm going to take that word divorce out of this card because I don't think it's got anything to do with anyone that's been divorced, but it is something to do with keeping distance from someone. I'm trying to connect with Ethan. He is giving me, he's actually saying that his parents nearly split up over this. It came close, which I'm really surprised by, because I thought they were quite strong together. He's saying, oh, they found it hard, really hard. There's something here about Ethan's mum being very proactive. I'm not going to compare her to Steve G, but getting things done, trying to make a really awful situation into something positive was her aim, something to keep her going. But it also meant that everything she did was connected to the loss of Ethan. Everything was connected to it. Everything she did was because of the loss of Ethan. And her husband, Ethan's father, couldn't deal with that. He was much more the kind of person that didn't want to have to think about it all the time. He was trying to not shut it out, but have some breathing room from it. And she was the opposite. She was consumed by it, but driven by it as well. And that's why it caused problems. So the next deck is the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. Sorry. It is so hard how it changes the dynamic of a family, and being given how it changed a lot of things, including the difference between Hunter and Maisie. Ethan's telling me that it kind of caused differences between them as well. And and that everyone's become a bit fragmented. Well, the family's become fragmented because of it. That it hasn't completely collapsed or broken up, but it's not. It's nowhere near the compact family that it used to be. Maisie's very much about making sure mum and dad are all right. What can we do to help them? You know, I feel like she's tried reaching out to Hunter and said, Hunter, what can we do? Mum and dad are really struggling. The last thing I want is for them to, you know, turn their backs on each other. They need each other. We need them. But Hunter's just kind of, oh, let them get on with it, Maisie. It's not our problem. Stop interfering. You know, he's like, I'm not saying he doesn't care, but he's much less emotionally involved, it feels, than Maisie is. Anyway, let's have a look at secrets revealed. So the first card, I'm not going to repeat what this card says because I may end up getting this video taken down if I do. The next card is cell phone. Maisie's got a friend, or had a friend, that did end up ending things. And it's something to do with Ethan's passing. And it was genuinely, it wasn't made to look like something when it's something else. But the cell phone is something to do with feels like this person had something on their cell phone that maybe they asked Maisie to keep hold of because it was so important that she never lost information on this cell phone about something. Whether she's got it or not, I don't know. Or she's told her, this person has told Maisie something about information on a cell phone. I don't know. It could be someone took their own life because they felt in some way responsible, or felt that they could have done something and they didn't do it. Or they felt they were being stopped from doing something and they couldn't live with that. Then this last oracle deck is the Places Oracle. So we've got parking lot, parking spot, park and go, parking garage, garage. Okay. And then legal proceedings, judgment and verdict, justice and fairness, court. That parking lot I'm being given connected to the suicide of, I've said the word, connected to the friend, and it feels like that they were found in their car in a parking lot. And the court, legal proceedings, judgment and verdict, justice and fairness. I wonder if she's going to be there, if she's decided to be present throughout the trial or not. I feel like it's something she's still undecided about and she's not sure. She hasn't decided either way. But let's now do the tarot. So desert of isolation. Just definitely this sense of so much loneliness she has. It does feel like she had a stronger bond with Ethan than with Hunter. Ethan just feels like someone who was much more nurturing out of the three of them. He feels like the nurturing brother. Even though they're all the same age, he just had this natural sense of responsibility towards both of them. Even though he's an absolute goofball as well, like so much fun, which would have been why he got on so well with Xana. So, desert of isolation, clarified by the Two of Cups. Yeah, sad. The Eight of Cups, reversed. That Two of Cups is that the bond that they had, how close they were. And the Eight of Cups in reverse, I'm being given, why did you leave me? How could you just leave me like that? Is how she felt. It doesn't make any sense, does it? But grief never does. So obviously it wasn't his fault. He didn't have a choice, and that she understood that. But the immediate feeling was just, I would never do that to you. Just left me. It's so sad. It almost feels like someone told him. Not saying it was Maisie. Someone asked him not to go to the house that night. Someone said, please don't go. I just don't, I have a bad feeling, or I'm begging you not to go there tonight. I don't know who it was though. Unless it was the person that ended up finishing it all, ending it all. Gate of opportunities. Clarified by the Ace of Swords reversed and the Lovers reversed. There's almost a sense of escape here for Maisie. She's on the brink of a whole new world, and absolutely she should be embracing that, but I do feel that she's using it as a form of escape as well. Maybe she is going to experience the world and go travelling because she wants to get away from the lies and the deceit and the betrayal and all of it. The Lovers in reverse could indicate that she's gone through a breakup, or she was going through a breakup at the time, or she is going through a breakup now. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's given her freedom that she's needed. Then we've got the Seeker's Eye, clarified by the Fool and the Magician. She is looking out for herself as well here. It's not just about her keeping her eyes open or keeping her eyes on certain people that she's always suspected even before it happened. But she is looking out for herself as well, because she doesn't, she doesn't trust anyone. I feel like she's lost her trust in so many people. She's seen people either turn, not against Ethan, but just turn because they couldn't bring themselves to do the right thing, or I don't know, there's just so much energy of covering up or ignoring or denial or walking away or disassociating. People in the university, and it just, that has shocked her. It's probably all to do with the fraternities and this, we've also got the Magician. Which is about the potential that she's opening herself up to, but at the same time it is about no longer being witness to so much manipulation around the case. But the Fool and that card together does indicate that she is on the brink of some amazing new adventures. The Pursuit of Truth, clarified by the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Swords reversed. I do feel like, to begin with, she probably was very invested in trying to uncover information regarding what had happened. But I think it became overwhelming quite quickly, to the point where it may have jeopardised her health, her mental health. So she kind of had to stop. Not that it was becoming an obsession, but because the things she was hearing, seeing and experiencing were just too much to bear. And we're talking about, she probably would have read things online, heard things. Really difficult. So masculine energy, who is this? Authority, discipline, father figure. Clarified by the Six of Pentacles. Judgment. Whoever this is, they're very judgmental. Six of Pentacles. I'm taking back what I said. Sorry, Judgment there, not Six of Pentacles. I'm taking back what I said, and I said I thought this was to do with the person that had abducted Ethan. I now think it's someone else. I think it's something to do with the Gonsalves family. I do feel there's been a weight of judgment coming from them to people like the Chapins. The Six of Pentacles. I don't know what's going on here, because it almost feels like they've had something thrown in their face, or Maisie knows about something where possibly the Gonsalves have thrown something back in their face to say, if it wasn't for us. It's almost like they've funded something in the past to do with the Chapins, or helped them fund something, and they keep throwing that back in their face. But I don't know why they would. If it wasn't funding, if it wasn't for us, Ethan would never have got as far as he did. Or I don't know, it's a weird one. It's like they're claiming, it feels like the Gonsalves are claiming credit for something to do with Ethan, and they're really throwing it back in the Chapins' faces. Yeah, and the masculine energy, that authority father figure, it can only be one person. So distance, divorce, ghosted, separation, clarified by the Four of Wands. Yeah, oh, it's such a shame that both the Chapin, Mr. and Mrs. Chapin, can I remember their names? Right now I cannot. I do apologise, but it does look like their marriage nearly broke down. It's also clarified by the Ten of Cups reversed. The marriage nearly broke down. The family nearly disbanded completely. But maybe Maisie did everything she could to keep them together. Maybe it's down to her that didn't happen. Let's find out what this suicide is about. Stop saying it. Clarified by the Knight of Swords. And Temperance. This person was incredibly angry before they did what they did. They were angry. They were fueled by anger because of how much power, how much control other people had regarding... I mean, I don't know if they knew exactly what was going to happen, or if they just heard rumours that... I mean, I kind of get the feeling that they would have done what they did after Ethan had passed rather than before. They couldn't heal from it. Temperance is about healing. It's about balance. It's about equality. And no, as far as they were concerned, they will never, ever, ever, ever see that again. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing that could possibly ever make this better. Which is why they made that decision. Cell phone. Three of Cups. Cell phone. Three of Cups. Queen of Swords. Three of Cups. Could be triplets. It could also be three people. And the Queen of Swords. So there's that feminine energy again. And again, I'm getting that, okay... There was information on this person's phone feels like conversations between them and Ethan, text messages about someone else or more than one person, and that person was female. One of them was female. It was about someone female who had connections, highly secretive connections. Yes, we are talking about DM and or BF. Dylan knew about it, but I think I think they all knew about it. But it was evidence. It was written evidence on the phone. So, did she get to keep the phone? So what I'm getting is that apparently Ethan's just told me that she did the worst thing you could possibly do, Maisie, but it's what most people would do. She took that phone to law enforcement for as evidence, and she's never seen it since. They've still got it. But Ethan's also saying it's highly likely that that phone would have been wiped. There'd be nothing on it now. So the fact that she's given it to them means that they have been able to get rid of the evidence. And then we've got parking lot, parking spot, park and go, parking garage, which was the location of where this person's life ended. Clarified by justice and the Two of Wands. It's a funny one because I do feel like Maisie's fighting for two people here. One of them being her brother and the other one being this person. Feels like she feels just as strongly for both cases because she's got the justice. She's fighting for justice for both of them. The Two of Wands indicating the two people. And then the courts. I don't think she'll ever manage to get her or Ethan's friend's case or her friend's case to court. I don't know. Clarified by the Seven of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles. She really wants to be heard. Maisie really, really wants to be heard. She keeps getting drowned out by certain people, but she's incredibly strong. She's got a really strong will. She's got an iron will, an iron... she can't be shut up I was going to say very easily, but the more someone tries to stop her talking, or the louder she'll become. It's like... and then the Knight of Pentacles. I feel it's her kind of energy as well. I do feel like she's someone who's very, very stable, still, patient, strong. She's incredibly reliable. It's like she's one of those people that says, if I do something, I do it. I don't care if I tell myself I'm going to swim the Atlantic, I will do it. No matter how long it takes me. If I say I'm going to do something, I mean it. Yeah. So let's pull a couple more cards just to close the reading. And let's do this one. Two cards, thank you. Oh wow, so we've got witness. And social media. I mean, I don't know if she's going to be a witness during the trial. Possibly, because she was with him that night, so it's more than likely that she will be. But there's also going to be evidence presented regarding social media from that night, whether before, running up to the event and shortly after. That may have been, again, wiped, that may no longer exist, but who knows, maybe she still has evidence of it. But I do feel like she's going to be questioned about something regarding social media. And I don't know who she's going to be a witness for, prosecution or the defence, but it's really difficult. It is really difficult because 9 times out of 10 in these cases, if you're a relative of one of the victims, then you're going to be asked to be a witness for the prosecution. And that may go against everything she knows. What do you do in that situation? Because you're essentially being asked to lie or to bend the truth. It's an interesting situation. It's not something I've really thought about before. Anyway, guys, thank you as always. Yeah, thank you. I've said this before, but if any of you are interested in any of the jewellery that I'm wearing, this piece, this, the link is in the description. This bracelet pack was actually curated by me. I didn't design it, I didn't make it, but I chose the gemstones for the bracelets, and I named the pack, which is the Find Your Purpose pack, because I was feeling really stuck. I mean, guys, I was struggling, and I don't know if you've noticed recently, but my readings have become more regular, consistent. And since I've been wearing these, and I'm not just saying that, it is literally since I've been wearing these. This is purple fluorite, celestite and bloodstone. And it's really given me a new injection of energy. And if you are interested, the link is in the description. It's Otter Spirit, of course. You do get a discount. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. See you next time. Enjoy the journey.